I want to sort of finish off on a on bullish notes, because we got 2023 coming, and yeah, it might be actually quite fun to revisit kind of what 24 holds in a year's time when you're all a little older, grayer. Maybe we'll be happier in some ways. What are we expecting from this next sort of like 12 months? You know, everyone has their own take. You know, I think just I'll give you mine. I've been putting this out there recently. Like, I just say the top is likely to be about 130-ish. And the reason why I'm saying that is like partially just so that I can sleep better at night, so that I don't get all emotional like I did in the when I first got involved, and I was like lying on the floor quite literally dreaming about what a genius I was. So I'm kind of just like holding myself back. I really want to be wrong, but I've seen everything from sort of like,
what's the emotions gonna do to you though if it's like high six figures and you've been mentally prepping yourself for this
130.
bearish fucking 130? Wash your mouth out.
I'll probably start walking into the office just like
I think
uber arrogant.
I think you need me to hold your keys for you, because you're gonna blow your lollies here, I reckon.
Oh boy. No, but no, I said, like, I mean, I've still got I've got a plan long term. It's just that I just felt deeply scarred by the last one. Like, it just kicked me in the ass initially, and it's partially because I did all the things wrong. Took leverage. I stuck it on, I borrowed against Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin, like amateur hour. Lynn Alden didn't tell me to do that. So,
but it's tuition fees, man.
my tuition fees were harsh. Though it was a very harsh lesson, and I was like, I'm kind of scarred. So I'm like, and I had everything sort of mapped out, and all looked. I thought, geez, this looks so good. I've just come in at the right time, and this is just plain sailing, boys. And then you just have to go through hell, and then you kind of go, well, now's the time to learn. And like, actually, I'm a really good bear market dude. Like, I'm just great. I'm relaxed, and I just think for the future. But when I start seeing those green candles, I become a bit of a cokehead, basically. And I get so fucking excited. I don't know what to do with myself. And I just walk around. I literally walk around listening to Pump It Up. Got to pump it up.
Pump it up.
Telling your boss to go fuck himself every day at the smoko table. Go fuck yourself. I don't need you. I don't need you.
You work for me now.
Have you seen that? There's that
I'm
meme.
the captain now.
There's the meme where it's like Kermit the Frog or something, and it's like the boss goes, "Why are you late?" And Kermit's like, "You watch your mouth."
Okay. I think for the record, your take's bearish. I think we see at least, my bearish case is 250k Australian
next year, mate.
Yeah, early. And then I think there's that much lining up. No Bitcoiner here, no Bitcoin I speak to, I think is quite prepared for the face melting fucking rip we're about to experience. I honestly do.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No, there is that much in the stars. Like, there's that much lining up at the moment.
Yeah.
That I honestly don't see a scenario where we don't hit $1 million Bitcoin.
Next year?
Then the next cycle. Within the next cycle. So probably end of next year into 2025.
But then, like, here's my kind of, what's the analogy? Pushback.
We've been here too long.
Yeah, thanks. Government intervention, right? So if it goes to $1 million, well, like, what happens there with government? Like the US government, they're going to shit themselves.
Not necessarily.
Or get on board.
Yeah, I don't think any government shits themselves. Like, I think it's an inevitability. I think governments will just keep doing what they do. They know they can't regulate. They know they can't do anything. All they can do is hope to get institutions aligned with it to make most normies custody it so that they can use it for their purposes.
If we get to, I'm trying to do some, so I'll probably fuck this up, but like, we're probably you're talking a sort of 20x, so that really takes us into the value of gold only.
Exactly. It's not much,
and they don't really care about gold,
and it doesn't need that, and that doesn't need that much inflow either to really shift that needle. Like, it doesn't need the $20 trillion to flow in to realize that gain. It only needs a couple of billion, like a couple of tens of billion into hundreds of billion to really shift that needle.
So that pod you were talking about earlier about with Marty and Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
That guy's a shitcoiner. I don't care what anybody says. But what he did say was ETF. There's global ETF market is $10 trillion.
Well, that's gold, isn't it now?
It's roughly, gold's a little bit more than that, but yeah, in that ballpark, right? So 1% is $100 billion, right? Now, as Andy keeps reminding me, price is determined at the margins, right? So it's not, if $100 billion came into Bitcoin, like, it wouldn't just put the market cap up by $100 billion.
Absolutely not. It's exponential.
Absolutely. So the price would go mental. So I think if anybody is, just mentally prepare yourself for a 10x and not be surprised if it goes 40.
Oh,
Right.
sorry for the hard on, boys.
I don't think it was a hard on. I think you nutted.
Unfortunately, I don't think we should be in a cycle, but I think we will be in a cycle. I think we'll collapse again. So, but again, I'm not taking Bitcoin off the table. I might spend some again, but if you're mentally prepared for that, and not just mentally prepared for that, if your security, more importantly, is if your security is prepared for that, like, have a think about what that means to you. Like, if you've currently sitting, well, it doesn't matter. Think of your number. Think of the people listening. Think of your number of Bitcoin, of sats, and think of if it does a 10 or a 20 or a 30x, how comfortable are you with what you're currently looking after your Bitcoin? And if you're really not comfortable, work out something else.
TheBitcoinAdvisor.com.
Yeah.
Hey.
But no, I think like absolutely is a good solution, but I think people need to think of it in pots, right? Think of your absolute long-term cold storage. I'm never touching this. This is for my children. That's one pot. Think of your transactional Bitcoin that you may wish to spend at some point, in the future years. That's pot 2. And then over here is your fun. Let's spend some Bitcoin on Lightning or Liquid or whatever you're going to do. And if you can think of your Bitcoin in those 3 pots and secure them all appropriately for you, that's probably as good as you're going to do. And you're going to have a heart attack like the rest of us, right? Where none of us are prepared for that God candle. You just have to
keep thinking it's going to be a morning, like a wake up thing. And you know what? Because I'm a morning guy, I'm going to see it before you, and I'm going to love that.
Oh yeah, you will. Yeah,
I'll message you. Hats.
Like, I'm not going to get an alert at 4 o'clock in the morning, wake up and comment.
Yeah.